Okay. So did you have fun cutting out circles? We did here. All right. King, did you fill out the Google form? Remember, that is proof that you did the slide deck, and you will get a grade for this at the end of the week. It's in either you did it or you didn't. All right. Did you write this down? Did you write this down? Mm-hmm. If you did not, then you need to go back into the Google slide deck and write it down. This will help you immensely. So I have a question. How would you find the area of a circle with a radius of 10 units? So we have a circle. Radius goes where?
From the middle to the edge.
Okay, and it is 10 units. What was the formula for area of a circle?
Area equals pi r.
Apple pies are 2. You can do cherry pies delicious, apple pies are 2. That's how I remember it. Cherry is circumference equals pi d, cherry pies delicious, apple pies are 2. All right, so we're going to use 3.14 for pi. What's the radius of this circle? 10. Okay, and we're going to square that 10. So what is 10 squared? 10 times 10 is?
100.
100. And what's 100 times 3.14? So this will have an area of 314 units squared. Okay, does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. How would you find the area of a circle with a diameter of 10?
Find the radius, which the radius is half of the diameter, which means the radius would be 5 because 10 divided by 2 equals 5.
Okay, so our formula for area of a circle is area equals pi r squared again. And like Jahan said, we needed to find the radius. So we're going to do 3.14 times what? What's the radius of this circle? 5. So this is times 5 squared. So
5.
take your calculators. 5 times 5 is 25. Now do 25 times 3.14. 78.5 exactly?
Yes.
Okay. And this will be units squared. Okay, so you've got to be careful. If they give you diameter, you have to find the radius. Okay, if they give you the radius, then you're good. Questions you have on that? No? All right, let's move on to the practice problems. My suggestion is you write the answers down in your notebook or on a piece of paper, and then you go back later and you fill them into the form on Canvas.
Okay.
Yeah, you can put them in there. All right, so this picture shows a circle divided into 8 equal wedges, which are rearranged, which is what we just did, or you should have done at home. The radius of the circle is r, and its circumference is 2 pi r. How does the picture help explain why the area of the circle is pi r squared? Okay, what is this on the circle? What was that on the circle?
No.
What is this on the circle? Is it this right here? It's half the circumference. So this is half the circumference. Okay, and we said circumference yesterday was 2 pi r. So if we take half of that, that's going to equal pi r. Okay, this right here is what on the circle? the radius. So this is the radius. Now, what shape does this look like?
Parallelogram.
Parallelogram. So this looks like a parallelogram, and we know that the area of a parallelogram is base times height. Now, using what we know about a circle, we're going to say the base is pi r, because that's what it is on the circle, and we're going to say the height is the radius. So, what is the formula for area of a circle? Pi r times r is r squared. Okay, if you want to screenshot that, you can. If you want to write it down, you can. That proves the formula for area of a circle. And if you watched, like we did, the one about the chain, they used the triangle and proved it with that. Okay, who needs more time? You can take a screenshot. Okay. You already put it on that orange sheet of paper. Should be good. All right, question number 2. A circle's circumference is approximately 76 centimeters. We want to know the radius, the diameter, and the area. All right, so let's draw a picture and put in what we know. We know the circumference equals 76 centimeters. Okay, if we know the circumference, let's go back to that chart that we had. And we added area to it. So we're here at circumference. We want to do all of these. So we're going this way. So how do we get from circumference to diameter? What do we do?
Divided by 3.14.
Okay, so everybody get out your calculators and do 73 divided by 3.14.
23.248.
Let's round to the nearest tenth. 30, what? I'm sorry.
So to the nearest tenth it would be 250.
Okay, read me what it says.
23.250.
Is that what your calculator says?
It says 23.248.
258?
248.
248. All right, so if we're rounding to the nearest tenth, we're going to make the diameter 23.2. Okay? Okay. Now, how do we go from diameter to radius?
Divide by 2.
Divide by 2. So what is 23.2 divided by 2? 11.6. And we're all in centimeters. Okay, so the radius is 11.6 centimeters. Now, how do we find the area of a circle? Well, we're right here at radius. What do we do? Pi r squared, right? Okay, so we're going to take pi, 3.14, times the radius, 11.6, square it, equals. So take out your calculators and put in 3.14 times 11.6 and then hit x squared. Does everybody see the x squared?
5.024 squared.
Right here. Okay. So let's see, we got 3.14 times 11.6 squared. You're going to get 422.5184. 422.5184. And generally, I tell you to round to the 10th place. You're just gonna need to read the directions in the Google or in the Canvas, okay? And what's the unit gonna be? Centimeters,
Square centimeters.
Squared.
squared centimeters, because we multiplied 2 radii. All right, how do we feel about that? Does this help?
Yeah.
Then learn it.
Yes, but why do we make 76, 73?
Why did I make what?
76, 73.
Oh no! Okay, let's start all over again. Why didn't you tell me that earlier?
I got my hand raised.
No, I can't see that. All right, let's try it again. That's okay. Take 2. We're good with it, right? All right, so if we know that the circumference is 76, we're going to divide it by 3.14 to find the diameter, right? Let's try this again. So 76 divided by 3.14, 24.2 centimeters. Okay, then how do we find the radius?
Divide the diameter by 2.
Mm-hmm.
Divide the diameter by 2.
Yep, so that gives me 12.1 centimeters. Okay, then area is pi r squared. So we're going to use 3.14 for pi. The radius is 12.1, and we're going to square it. That's just extra practice. I did that on purpose. 459.7274 centimeters squared. Okay? Questions you have for me? Anybody at home? All right, if you want to screenshot that. What was your question, Jason?
I didn't have a question. I just said that it was good.
Okay,
Do
awesome.
they can take a picture of that real quick?
Go ahead and take a screenshot. Now that it's got the right numbers in it.
You take a screenshot on the computer.
I don't, you can do, if you're on a Mac, you can do Control-Shift-3. That takes a screenshot of the whole thing.
If you're on Chromebook, you can do Control-Shift-Windows.
All right, we good? I will put the recording of this lesson up this afternoon. It'll be around 5 o'clock though, because it won't load here at school, it just spins. All right, I'm going on. Are we good?
Mm-hmm.
Speak now or forever hold your peace. All right, problem 3. Jada paints a circular table that has a diameter of 37 inches. What is the area of the table? So we're going to always draw a picture because that helps a lot. Okay, circular, diameter of 37. Diameter goes where? All the way across. Okay. What is the formula for area of a circle?
Ms. White, please call the front office.
Can you say that again?
What's the formula for area of a circle?
A equals R.
Pi r squared. I would suggest that you always write the formula down. You'll start to learn it if you write it down every time. All right, so we know pi is 3.14. Well, now it's saying I need the radius, but I'm looking at this. Do I have a radius or do I have a diameter?
Diameter.
I have a diameter, so I need to figure out the radius. So what is the radius? How do I figure out the radius if I'm given the diameter?
Divide the diameter by 2.
Okay, so my radius is 18.5. So that's what I'm going to plug into my formula and square it. So everybody take out your calculator. my calculator says this. Okay, I probably told you to round it to the tenths when you put it in, but go ahead and you've got this written down and then we'll figure that out later. Okay, questions you have about how to find the area if I give you the diameter? Awesome. Who needs more time? Screenshots? Anybody need more time? Reese, you good? Okay. Question 4. The carousel on the National Mall has 4 rings of horses. Karen is riding on the inner ring, which has a radius of 9 feet. Mai is riding on the outer ring, which is 8 feet longer out from the center than the inner ring. In one rotation of the carousel, how much farther does Mai travel than Karen? And on one rotation, it takes 12 seconds. How much faster does Mai travel than Karen? Okay. Would a picture help?
Yeah.
I think so. I want to make sure I get the right answer so I don't tell you wrong. Oh, that's good. I didn't do them yet. Okay. All right, so we're going to draw a picture. Four rings of horses. The inner, she's riding on the inner ring, which has a radius of 9 feet. Okay, this is Kieran. Now, Mai is riding outside of this. Okay, so this is Kieran. Mai is riding outside of it. So we need to figure out what her radius is or her diameter. So it says she's riding on the outer ring, which is 8 feet further out from the center. 8 feet further out. So this is 8 feet. And from here to here is 9 feet. So what is the radius of Mai's? We got 9 feet from here to here. And then she's 8 feet further. So what is her radius? 17 feet. Okay? So they're traveling around. So what are we finding? The area or the circumference? Circumference. Okay, so Kieran's circumference. Okay, for formula is pi d. Do we know d? No, but we can figure it out. What's the diameter? What's her diameter? 18 feet. So we're going to take 3.14 times 18. So Kieran's circumference is 314 times 18. I got 56.52.
That's, I squared it by accident.
You squared it by accident. Okay, be careful of that now. And this is feet. She's gone. All right, what about Mai? What are we going to do to find Mai? Same thing? Okay. So Mai, we're going to do circumference equals pi d. So that's 3.14 times 17. Nope, I just messed up. What did I do?
We put 17 instead of 18? Or
I
Oh, wait.
used the
radius?
radius. I need the diameter. What is 17 times 2? 34. Almost messed up.
106.76.
Yep, you're right, Eugene. All right, now the question is how much farther did my travel? So what are we gonna do with those two numbers?
Subtract.
Subtract, so I'm gonna take 106.76 and subtract 56.52. Mm-hmm. And the unit is feet, so she traveled a little bit more than 50 feet. So one rotation of the carousel takes 12 seconds. So how much faster does my travel than Kieran? Well, she's gonna take, one rotation takes 12 seconds. What are they wanting us to do there? Anybody got any ideas? How we might do that? No?
I would say they want us to have the 50.
Oh, could we figure out the unit rate?
Yeah.
Could we take this amount and divide it by 12 to find out how much per foot? Okay,
Yes.
so 50.24 divided by that 12 seconds,
4.176.
kind of keeps going, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Can we say it's approximately 4.2 seconds
Yeah.
per foot?
Mhm.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Do we have the right unit or is it minutes? 4.2 feet per second. Here we go, I had the wrong unit. Yeah, that makes sense, because that's feet and that's seconds. Okay? So she's going 4.2 feet per second faster because she covers more space in the same 12 seconds. My does, uh-huh. Because she's traveling farther, right? She's in the outer circle. Questions you have on that? That one's a little bit complicated, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was fun.
All right, but do we understand it now?
Yes.
Corlene's like, take a picture of it and you can go back and look at it and talk yourself through the problem again. That's how you're gonna learn it, okay? I mean, I literally have to do that sometimes too. I mean, I looked at that and went, okay, how are we gonna figure that out? Good? Anybody at home need more time? All right. Question 5. We're on the last one. Here are the diameters of 4 coins. A coin rolls a distance of 33 centimeters in 5 rotations. Which coin is it? Well, what do we know about one rotation? What is that on a circle? One rotation represents what on the circle? The circumference. One rotation is the circumference. So we need to find the circumference of each of these and then multiply it by 5 and see which one is at 33. Okay, how do we find circumference?
Diameter times 3.14.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's add a column here for circumference. And I didn't leave enough room. I'll just put a big C. How about that? All right, so let's find the circumference. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. So you do the penny, you do the nickel, you do the dime, you do the quarter, you do the penny, you do the nickel. Penny. Okay? Penny, nickel, dime, quarter, penny, nickel. Let's go. Find the circumference for one time around. So what's the circumference for the penny? Doesn't take that long, you just gotta put two numbers in. What is it? What'd you get? 1.9 times 3.14. 5.966. Okay? 2.1 times 3.14 is what?
Ready? Okay.
Turn off your, thank you. What'd you get, Brett?
I'm still doing it.
You got a calculator? Use the calculator. What'd you get, Corleen?
I don't know if I put it in line, but 6.5.
Yes. Okay, how about the dime?
I got 5.652. I don't know if I put that in right.
5.652. And the quarter.
5.136.
Do that again. 2.4 times 3.14 should be, did you say 7.536? And I just didn't hear you right? Okay, now we want to know 5 rotations. So take each of those and multiply those by 5 and see which coin is at 33.
For penny, do you want me to round it up to 6?
Just leave it right that and do times 5 and see what you get. It's going to be close. So which coin is it?
You want us to find 33, right?
You're going to take the circumference and multiply it by
5, okay.
5 to figure out which one gets me to 33. So each of you take your coin and multiply by 5. What do you get? Which one is close to 33? What's the penny?
Mine is
29.83.
Okay, what is the nickel?
32.97.
32.97. So it's going to be the
Nickel.
nickel. Why is it not exact? Because we use 3.14 for pi instead of the rest of pi. Okay? All right. A quarter makes 8 rotations. How far did it roll? So how are we going to figure that out? In one rotation, it goes 7.536. So how are we figure out 8 rotations? Times it by 8.
Six.
And we are in centimeters. Now, if you had rounded that to 7.5 and then did it times 8, you still get 60. How about that? Okay. A dime rolls 41.8 centimeters. How many rotations did it make? So what are we going to do to figure that out? It went a total of 41.8 centimeters. What are we going to do to...
Divide 41.8 by 6.594.
Uh-huh. Now we want a dime. A dime is 5.652.
I got looking at the wrong one.
Okay, I just want to make sure I got it right.
7.395.
What did you say again, Gigi?
7.395.
So we could say it was about 7.4 rotations.
Yeah.
Or if we had rounded this to 5.7, what is 41.8 divided by 5.7? Let's see if we end up in the same place. 7.3 rotations. Okay, 7.3, 7.4. Questions? All right, that takes care of today's lesson. If you did not do the Google form, you won't get participation points for today. So make sure you get that done and turn in your practice problems, and that's all you got for today. Tomorrow you are doing a check-in and you're doing a CPA. And remember, the CPA gets counted as that 85%. All right? All right, those of you at home, I will see you on Thursday. Yes, ma'am.
Well, so I was putting it in with you, but I just didn't round it to the nearest.
Does it tell you what to round to?
Yeah, it didn't tell me, but I got them wrong.
I put it in as,
But it only showed for this one. That's the thing.
okay, round to the nearest whole number. Cause I put it in with I'll go in and look at it.
Okay.
The problem with this is the whole rounding issue and when you round and when you don't round and where you round. Bye, have a good evening.
That was my problem with all the other
I'll go in,
questions
I can go
couldn't
in and change how it grades. Okay, we can go outside, take a break, and go to the bathroom.
Do you want me to give this to you or?
Those are yours. Unless you want me to, if you wanna share the letter tomorrow, you can share on Thursday, you can share the letter on Thursday. Alright, plug this back in. Yeah, if y'all put your trash in there, bring me the scissors and the glue stick. And then you go outside. Okay. Scissors and glue stick. Alright, that wasn't really bad. Oh, I didn't stop this, so they got to watch us do all of that.